Yes, this is the Women's Month, the month of March. It is so interesting when we are bringing to you the women within your own nation, your own area, your own university, that is Mara University of Science and Technology, that have done a lot of work that really gives us the energy to put out for others to learn. Yes, maybe you have the same innovations out there, but you need knowledge on how to start them up. Today is the day. We say that inspiration comes from different corners, and you know better where you derive your inspiration from. So today we have a lady who is going to tell us the different concepts that she had before and what actually she finally came out with. That is the ladies in business. Generally, we are looking at women in business, and the person that I'm talking about, that I am yet to unveil to you, is a mother. She is a wife. She is a co-founder of Gertrude Memorial School. She is a lecturer at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. She also leads an initiative, a very great initiative actually. I think if I leave, I will ask for a loan. Don't ask me what I'll use the money for, but that is Mbarara City South Women's Entrepreneurship Emyoga Sako, or simply called MWES. Yes, I should not talk about everything. She will tell us. This is none other than Mrs. Immaculate Mayanja. It is a pleasure having you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be with you, Bridget.
Good.
Good evening, listeners.
Good evening to you.
How are you?
I responded as though I am a listener, but yes, I am your immediate listener.
Yes.
Okay, so Mrs. Immaculate Mayanja, please, you could speak to us, because now we are into your space, and I actually asked for your permission to get a little bit into your personal space because you have done a lot. We want to know more about you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Bridget. I'm called Immaculate Mayanja.
Yes, please.
I'm a mother. I'm proud to be a mother.
Ah,
I'm proud to be in this magic of mothers.
that is so sweet.
I'm a mother of 5.
Okay.
I'm married to Dr. Mayanja Bennett. We have worked together both in making together a family and also in business.
Okay.
I also work with Mbarara University of Science and Technology as a lecturer in the Faculty of Interdescplinary Studies. And at the same time, I have also done other personal innovative businesses that I do as an individual, not together with my husband.
Okay.
So together with my husband, we agreed to start a primary school called Gertrude Memorial School. It is located in Nyamitanga, Mbarara City South, and that school has been in existence in the last 13 years. It is a mixed boarding primary school, and actually its performance has been excellent. We always have first and second grades. We thank God for that, and we give God that glory. How have we managed to do this? We separated ourselves from the business. We agreed that we are going to both put in money. To begin with, we both put money together to buy land.
Okay.
So
this is a joint initiative.
It's a joint initiative.
Yes.
We separated ourselves from it.
Okay.
What do I mean? We don't depend on the school. We agree with the school, we run itself.
Amazing.
And then we work hard to support ourselves and our family.
But before we go that far, how does this idea come? Do you sit on table with Mr. Bernard, Dr. Bernard, and you're like, let's start a school? What was there before? Which inspiration did you have?
My father is a retired teacher.
I see. So you are the person who brought the idea.
So I grew up in school environment.
Okay.
He's actually a retired principal of a teacher training college, Mr. Kato Molideros.
Okay.
He's also here in Mbarara City, but retired. So I grew up being inspired to start a school. And so I encouraged my husband, who has a background of medicine.
Okay.
It was not easy for him.
I get.
But he just said,
he would have said, let us do a clinic or a hospital.
I didn't have expertise in that.
Yes.
So from my very first salary, I got a loan. We got a loan.
Okay.
So we first bought land, and then later we began constructing slowly by slowly, bringing in money to bring up the buildings for the school. So after some time, we started a school, and we agreed that the school should support itself and we should not depend on it.
Okay.
So for us as a family, we don't depend on the school.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
We allow the systems to work themselves. We have empowered we have the head teacher for nursery, the head teacher for primary, the director of studies, and they make a team, they make a budget, they bring it to us.
Okay.
So we see if it can support them, give them a go ahead. So,
amazing. So you do train these your staff to run this and maintain it within its own budget.
Yes, there is transparency. They get to know how much we earn. They are the ones who will go ahead and encourage the parents to pay, so they even know what is on the account.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, this is nice.
So the head teacher for nursery and the head teacher for primary, they actually signatories to the school account.
Okay.
So they know what is on the account. When we plan and say, can we do this? Say, okay, it's okay. I think you can pay our salaries, you can pay for our rent. We also motivated them as teachers to bring in their own children. So all our teachers, all their children are in that school. Even our own children
went through the school.
That's
nice.
Our eldest child is in senior 6 back.
Wow.
University. The next is in senior 5, senior 6, like that.
When you talk about that, it becomes like this school has been in existence for some good years. How many years are we talking about?
We are talking about 13 years.
13 years of existence?
By the time our firstborn, well, the time we started, our firstborn was in preparatory school up to P5. Then he crossed on. Then the rest came on board. They kept on coming.
Okay.
Yes.
I get.
So they went through the same school. We love it. It is our baby school. We give the children what we feel is best for our own children. That's why we say our children have to go through the same.
I think I've seen other parents, they have schools, but you find their students or their kids in other schools, and sometimes I don't know why they do that, but you are unique.
We tried our own version. And it worked. So yeah, almost all our children are in secondary now.
Okay.
And the teachers, when a teacher has her own child in the same class, has to teach what is really right.
I get.
And has to be very smart to make sure that as her child goes through the school, will get what is expected. Will get the best, if I can say. As they are taking care of the children in boarding school, and she has her own children in that boarding section, she has to make sure they get the best. So that's how we have tried to better our best in improving the school.
Okay, that's incredible. That's really incredible. So from school, you were a lecturer. You graduate. Okay, let me just take you a little bit back. From your bachelor's, you get married.
Yes.
After getting married, you do your master's.
I did a postgraduate diploma in project planning and management.
Okay.
Yeah, I also did a master's in public studies.
So when does the school come in? After your master's or after the postgraduate?
Along the way.
Along the way. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you find, like, yes, the school is running itself and you are not depending on the school, but at that times when things become tough and maybe it requires you and Dr. Bernard to come back on ground, or the implementing department, is that good, or I don't know, Maybe you could talk about that. How do you deal with that?
We usually have frequent meetings.
Oh.
We have meetings with our staff scheduled where we come in and they tell us what they are doing, challenges they are going through, how can we go through such challenges. And sometimes when there is some extra money, maybe, they can pay us. But when it's not there, they don't pay us.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
So from
like the times of COVID, it was tough. It was tough, especially when we came out of the COVID-19 pandemic and its consequences, bringing back the teachers on board, recruiting other new teachers, putting things back together. It was tough. So we also had to get some other monies and put them in the school to make it come up.
I get.
Because before we were renting, for example, we were renting some house for dormitory for boys and girls, but we said we can no longer handle renting. So let us see how we can do it our way. So we brought all the boarders inside and we began building dormitories one by one. So that is how we have managed.
That's great. It's great to hear. And actually, during those COVID times, those were the most challenging times, especially to people that had businesses that ran on a daily. And you were one of the victims. I get. Students were home. You went through it. Okay. As I sit here in this office, I am looking at Mbarara City South Women Entrepreneurs Emyoga Circle. Kindly speak to that. What is it about? What exactly do you do here? I know, yes, it is a circle, and we were talking and you told me about the savings that women make, that do here. But I want you to give me a detailed package exactly. When does this circle start? How do women come to know about it? How do you come to team up as women? I just want to know the genesis.
Okay, this circle started in 2019. It is Mbarara City South Women Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it's no longer circle.
Emyoga Circle.
Emyoga Circle. Okay. All right.
So before that, I was doing briquettes, just homemade briquettes.
Okay.
Molded from this and that. And it was not working. We tried here. You know, there are some briquettes made from, we first made them from charcoal dust and cassava. It was not working. So in the village where I stay in Yakari, we have a group of women that was not yet registered. So I began teaching them within the group who are using our own briquettes, but they did not qualify for market. So as we had put ourselves together as a group of around 30 women.
How did you identify yourselves? I just want to know.
Someone who did development studies.
Yes, yes.
I had to make sure that I am appreciated amongst the women I stay with. You have to buy yourself in. Like me who wakes up in the morning and goes to work every day, if you don't become part of the group in the community, then you look as if you are alien, you are foreign. So as a way of wanting to acquaint myself with the community where I stay, so I decided to identify one woman, another one. I encouraged them to form the group. I taught them how to make briquettes like Sunday evenings, which we are using on our own. And then we went ahead to begin saving like maybe 10,000 per week. So along the way, as we had formed that, then we heard that the government is encouraging women and many other people who are formed in groups to form circles. So the government, the guidelines by that time were saying, if you have a registered group, if you are more than 10, you can collect 10,000 each, and then you are registered by government as an association by then. So we joined the rest. We just started with Mbara City Council, and we found ourselves later organized into a set of circles for women entrepreneurs, for those who are doing value addition, especially a team of women. For those who are in entrepreneurship, we found ourselves in a certain basket of women entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And others were like tax drivers circle, salon owners circle, and others and other categories. So later they called us and said, "You come, we have a meeting in Council Hall, Mbarara." We came. So in that meeting, they said, "You must elect your leader." They called us as women entrepreneurs.
Okay.
We were around 200 groups. There were so many with our members. So I only had someone mention my name.
Okay.
Then they mentioned others and others. Finally, to cut the story short, they selected me as their chairperson.
Okay.
So that time they formed a team of 9 committee members or executive committee members that include the chairperson, treasurer, secretary, other committee members, the vice, and many others. So a team of 9. I found myself leading a team of women I didn't know, but I encouraged myself, I'm going to do it.
How was the experience?
As we speak. It's very good to deal with.
Okay.
It's very interesting to deal with.
They always say that
so
women are difficult to deal with.
No.
Yeah.
I've not found it difficult.
Oh.
Because first of all, women, you need to understand them. You need to know that they are like, you don't need to feel big. Women actually, if you really want to, if you feel big, they can make your life difficult.
That's true.
Everyone wants to show that they can do better than you. So we worked together. We got a grant. Government gave us a grant. Later we opened an account. They guided us to open an account with the Opportunity Bank. Then on each account on the yoga circle, they gave us 30 million.
Amazing.
The government. When we celebrate the government of Uganda, I can't forget that. I can't forget to thank our President for remembering us as women, for knowing that women have challenges, for just touching the right button of giving us a grant. And this type of grant they gave us, they said you can borrow money from your circles, but without giving collateral security. That's so amazing. You can borrow money at a very low interest rate. For us now, the interest rate is 8% per annum, less than 1%. Yes.
8%.
In 1 million, you put in 80,000.
Okay.
As profit. So we say now we don't want big problems for ourselves. As women, I called them, I told them, you know what? This is our circle, this is our bank, this is our money. They assured us they're not going to take it back. I said, you take the money, make sure you pay it back, please. So the women were faithful.
They take the money and they bring it back.
They take the money. So how do you qualify to take this money? You must have an on-running project.
Yes.
Remember, for us, we are still molding the type of business.
You limit them to certain projects, or
we limit them to value addition. We limit them to doing products that come from waste materials, and even using certain opportunities around it. For example, like here in Mbarara, there is a lot of milk. There is an opportunity of having the raw material of milk in plant. So we encourage them to make yogurt because they can never run short of raw materials. Then we encourage them to use what they have. For example, there is a team of women that were growing grapes.
Actually, we can have that. Yeah.
They were growing grapes. You can see them on the label of their sticker. So
Yeah,
these
I
grapes
see
are
more
real.
circle.
There is a garden of grapes. They have so many gardens in Yakayoshi.
Okay.
Yes.
So who owns this garden?
The gardens are owned by the women together with their husbands.
Oh.
But their husbands are allowed them to use these grapes to make wine. So these women came back and said, we want to make wine. We have been making it locally, putting it in a drum and then you squeeze the grapes with the banana leaves. And sometimes customers will say, oh, this is poor quality wine. So they came, gave them some money. They went and bought a machine. They have a good machine.
Wow,
for
so
making
they have
wine.
some
They
local.
bought another small machine for sealing their bottles. I want to assure you this wine is very nice. They are earning income. They even tell us the market is bigger than their size.
Talking about that, what are your market entry dynamics so far? How do you find the market and how are you getting into the market with these products?
We have
I think you can also show us that because it's
Yeah.
part of
This is part of what we do.
what is done.
This is a Myoga blackboard chalk.
Yes.
As a lecturer in Bar University, I wanted to inspire my own. So there was a team of young mothers in that Myoga circle. So I came to realize they were my former students. So I encouraged them to come. They told me they were making blackboard chalk, but using funny small machine.
Okay.
So they came, they applied for the grant, they got the money to go and mold chalk.
You train them on how to apply for grants. Are these the elite class? Are they random women from the different places within Barara? What is the selection? How do you select these women?
It's not a random class.
Yes.
These women will encourage them to form a group that they can to form a group of members whom they feel comfortable with.
Okay, so
Okay.
there is no procedure, there are no codes
Yes.
that you craft together, right, people?
No.
Yes, anyone.
We have both rural and urban. We
That
have both.
answers the question about inclusion. So that already
We have
tells us.
women who have never gone to school, like the chairperson of this circle that makes wine. She comes from Busia. She's married here in Ankole. She doesn't know how to read and write. She leads a team of women who are more or less like her level, but see what they have done. For this, they are elite. They were still on the streets.
Okay.
So they came together. Now they have a molding machine for making chalk. They have market for chalk to the extent that they even now sell it in wholesale. For example, Bosima, we have Bosima stationery stores. They are the ones now that supply them. To say, why do you have to travel to Kampala to go and buy chalk when it's here in Barara? So after testing their chalk with their customer, they say, okay, you can always bring it here and we sell it for you. They
What
even
other-
sell in neighboring schools.
So what other projects are we having under Mwesapo?
For example, we have Vaseline making, we make bar soap, we make hand gel, we also make liquid soap. There are some other women who have pottery. There is another enterprising team of women. Actually, for them, they have gone ahead to buy land.
Oh, amazing.
They are in Ruti, they have their own land, and they make crafts.
Wow.
They train other young girls, they train themselves, and they make, these kalo baskets. Yes. So they make so many. Even if you have a wedding, even if you have a shop, and you want 100 baskets, then they can supply.
Okay.
So they have gone an extra mile. We have a team of women who are doing bakery. build decorations for them. They take along 3 months, they pay back.
I think
Take
it is
another 3
very
months, they pay back.
interesting when we have like an expo. You always go to showcase these products, or
We are planning that.
it will be very amazing.
We are planning
honestly.
that.
You should give it a
Actually,
try.
You're asking me what is in the pipeline. We are soon going to have an AGM, and we really
Okay.
want to showcase our products.
You know, I
In
am.
an expo, in a trade show,
Eh,
in a bazaar.
I love things to do with climate change and protecting the environment. Yes, because I advocate for the protection of our environment. So when you talked about briquettes, it kept ringing in my mind. Briquettes. I'm like, let us not finish before I forget. So let me take you back. You start a group, you start briquettes, then later on you join the other groups and you formulate a circle. I want to know the progress of that project.
Actually, the project of Briquettes has progressed so fast.
Amazing.
So far now, as an association where I belong, from Nyakayoto, that was making those hand-molded briquettes, we also requested for a grant. They gave us money and bought a molding machine for making those charcoal briquettes as a group. So far now, our briquettes are so good. What are charcoal briquettes? Charcoal briquettes are charcoal or cooking material that is made from charcoal dust. We also mix charcoal dust with clay, and we also mix it with molasses, the residues of sugar. Okay. So after mixing them, we put them in a molding machine, molds them into what we call a briquette that can fit in a specific type of stove.
Okay.
So we have reached a level of supplying big hotels in Mbarara
Wow.
because charcoal briquettes are cost effective. They are smoke free, they are cheap
Okay.
if you have business, and they are environmentally friendly.
Okay.
So far we have around 10 people whom we are employing,
Wow, talking about employment.
plus the 11th one who is driving
The
our
van.
supply van.
Oh, that's nice.
The supply van. But individually, me as a person, after being part of that group, I picked a leaf from the benefits from the benefits. So I also have another charcoal briquette making project in my home.
You're training your babies to also start up such
I'm training my babies actually amazingly. One of my sons is under this the new curriculum.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So one time they formed themselves in a group and they told them, you start a project. They said, you're going to make briquettes. Kept looking at them. So they thought of this idea. They mixed this and that. They used the briquette in motor. He said, stop, let me teach.
I know.
Yeah, you know how to make briquettes. Then the teacher put him and said, what are you briquettes? One look for molasses, one look for chocolate, one look for clay. So the teacher went and looked for them, put him aside, shaped him. It came up with very nice products. They even bought a molding machine. So when I went to see him on VD, he opened with his wife and said, Mommy, you see, I'm the MD, managing director of our project. We are made these simple business cards. I think as cheap as 500. There is the way they motivate them.
Yes.
So he put his name, Mayanja Immaculate, managing director. Well, certain group have forgotten the project. And the MD said, so my fellow women, as we are doing entrepreneurship, as you are doing this project from home, train your children, make them love it.
Yes.
Tomorrow it is going to be very helpful to them. So as I talk, I have already upcoming young entrepreneurs in mind.
I get. not only entrepreneurs, these people are great. If your son can do that, he's now a CEO in his own school community, and he's also conserving the environment, which is a very good thing because we are fighting climate change.
It has supplemented our income.
Okay.
It has also supplemented the income of the group where I belong.
Something that I've learned from you is that you've been engaging your family in most of your activities. And I see maybe you would speak to women about this because sometimes women feel like, no, if it is my money, it is my money. And if it is the man's money, it is our money. So they use the money to make some initiatives and they do not want their husbands to know about. Maybe even though it were the children, maybe the children will not get involved. So how can you speak to such women? What do you have to tell them?
I just tell them my story.
Encourage them to follow my story. Absolutely.
Because I can't tell you what I don't know. I've done it. I've seen it work. It may not be this way, but that's the way to go.
Okay.
Because even if you hide it, it is meant for your family. And if you hide it, you are somehow putting your children and your home at disadvantage. Now imagine if I was not doing this project or projects from home, where would my children learn from? And still working with your husband, you need to pray to God to give you wisdom to have your own package of how you are going to do it. It may not be the way I do it, but just do it. But finally, the aim is to work together. To work together, put your monies in one basket, work together, be principled, and also be faithful. So from the faithfulness that you say, I disconnect myself from the school. Don't go behind the headmaster and say, give me 1 million.
You should have transparency.
There should be transparency. Keep your word, and slowly and surely. So not easy.
True. So that will help fight the hiccups that always come along with the women. I've seen most of the women buy land, and especially land, but they do not want their husbands to get to know. But when you tell me that you are working with your family fully, it's exciting and it's unique, not for every woman. And then getting back to your own life story, how do you balance your work? You are a lecturer at Must and a full-time job. You are here managing this office. You are managing the school. I actually found her at school. That is Gertrude Memorial School. And it was amazing. You should have seen her, but you will see her. Then how are you managing all these? How are you balancing?
We need, as women, we need to have a sense of leadership skills, whereby we empower the people who are doing for us. We must learn to delegate. We cannot be everywhere. So though I do all this, but there's a team of people behind me that is doing a lot. For example, here at the circle we have a manager. Our manager is here.
Yes,
I sit with her, I empower her, I put confidence in her, and I just come to monitor. Of course, you can't delegate completely. You delegate and follow up. At the school, we have different sets of leaders. For example, there is head teacher for nursery section and head teacher for primary section. And each section has a deputy. And then we have a DOS in charge of studies for each section. We also have someone in charge of welfare of the children. So you give them the authority to do most of the things, and then when things maybe run out of hand, that's when you come in. This when I come in.
Yes. Okay.
So I have learned to delegate.
Okay.
I've learned to delegate.
Okay.
And then for my family, I have purposed to be with my family. Son.
Okay.
They know it, even when they were still babies. Sunday, nothing else. We are together, we go to church. From church, we are together. We stay together, we eat together. Either we go out or we go home and have our lunch together. I listen to them, I don't go anywhere else. Then other days, I divide my time, which day to supervise what.
Amazing. Okay, that is nice. You have done a lot of work. You've implemented it. You have created impact, especially on employing people. I see now you employ very many people and you have given them a chance to earn from your own fruits. What does it mean to you? How do you feel about it? And what has been your greatest lesson in this and the greatest achievement as well?
My greatest lesson is that some people, we need to be there to understand people. And nobody is unable to do anything. So long as you empower them, you have confidence in them, they will do it for you. And in case there are some people, of course, they go overboard, they misbehave. For us, we have been with some workers for like even 14 years.
Okay.
You get to know what they have done. You put them down, counsel them, tell them what they did is wrong.
Okay.
And then they promise they are going to change. It's better to remain with that worker than bringing a new one. So for us, we don't have high level turnover. No.
Okay.
We don't have high level turnover.
I agree.
Because bringing in a new one all the time, they come with their own weakness. Maybe this one was a thief but was hardworking. Then another one comes in, is hardworking. He's not a thief but he's lazy. And for example, like a school, you need to be very careful. Parents respect teachers. Maybe there is a teacher they respect, they know this teacher is very good. But to you as a director, you have challenges with that teacher, for example. So when they come and they don't find that teacher, they begin withdrawing their children slowly.
That's
surely. So all you need to do is to make sure that this teacher is empowered, this teacher is counseled, is made to realize that what they did is wrong, and then you maintain them. There are some people we have maintained and even them themselves, they're like, oh, you mean they've forgiven me after doing this?
Yes.
You forgive, you pray to God. But most of the things actually have been done by God's grace.
Okay. So
by God's grace.
What is that greatest achievement in all the work that you're doing, that you can really say, yes, indeed, I have achieved this? What has been your greatest achievement?
It's amazing that I've seen God taking through this.
Okay.
Another achievement is that I've learned my skills.
Okay.
I've learned my skills in all the things I've done. I have learned skills. I've learned to appreciate.
Okay.
People are actually very amazing. They have their own different challenges. And I have actually learned to work with anybody. I can work with anybody now.
Wow.
Talk of that.
Yes.
I feel my family, my children have that skills.
Okay.
Not underneath.
Do you feel like you are where you should have been in all these years? Like, was this your career path? Are you satisfied with what you're doing?
I've not reached that. Of course,
yes.
I still have dreams. I want to be somewhere. I want to learn from people who are better than what I do. Okay. I'm still moving.
All right, to our viewers, thank you so much. It has been Bridget in Cementa and with Mrs. Immaculate Mayanja right here on the show, still bringing to you women in business. I think she has said it all. Let her give us her last remarks.
My remarks to my fellow women.
Yes.
Is that it's not easy to be a woman. You are a woman, you are a mother, you are a wife. Not any of those projects actually big. Just being a mother is a big project. You are an entrepreneur, or you are doing work wherever you are doing. Try and do whatever you are doing in the best way. 2, be patient, be resilient. Don't be excited. You can be patient with your husband when things are not easy. You need to be patient with your workers. If you are patient and resilient, then you get where you are going.
Sure.
Don't blow anything out of proportion, despite the challenges. Even if your child is the last in class, you can encourage this child that is going to be someone very important. So be, how can I say it? Be a supporter of the world, be a motivator, be an encourager of anybody that goes through your hands. And this one is going to be your hands. On top of that, I want to tell my fellow women that's
Wow.
make money. Think of different sources of income. There are a number of sources of income. You can get income from your profession. You can start a project. For example, you have done medical lab science. You are working in the referral hospital. You can also start your own lab in town. You can make money from waste products. You are the same person. You can also create income from redundant items. Redundant items or resources that are not put to use. You got married, for example. Like how I got married to Dr. Mayanja. And then when I go back and I think through, my father has a very big piece of land. All of us have got married, he's there, he has grown old, the land is there. You can request your father, can I go and plant trees? You plant your trees there. It's not your land, but it's redundant.
But you're making it.
Then after 30 years, just go and cut down that trees. So that is making use of redundant items. You make use of waste items.
Okay.
There are always jobs around. There's so many jobs that you can create. With that waste items, like how we are making charcoal briquettes from charcoal dust. Okay. Many others. So jobs are there.
All right.
Thank you. There's a lot we can venture into to make money and have what we need. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. I love you. Actually, she was my lecturer during my university times. And yes, these are the people that keep inspiring us. But one of the things that she said, make money, love money. There is a statement that I always loved. Someone said, my credit card has a mind of its own. I can tell it, like, I love money. That should speak to every woman. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I remain Bridgerton Cimenta. We are still on Women's Day celebrations and different activities for women within Barara University of Science and Technology. And this show exactly, specifically, is under the office of the Deputy Dean. We together with the Minister in charge of Gender and Guidance.